everyone, and welcome back to another Train Sim Classic video. And I believe this will also be on the Dovetail Games Train Sim 15th anniversary event. So my big thanks to Dovetail Games for giving us another cool opportunity. We're going to be showing off the East Coast Mainline South, and within that we're going to be driving the class 365. This is only the default 365, not the enhanced version, which I would usually drive, but as it is a Dovetail event, we're driving the default one. Right, we are actually good to go, so we'll set that to forward. There we go, and let's get out of here. Let's get on the move, hopefully. There we go, we're off. Yeah, this is part of the 15th anniversary celebrations of Train Sim. Yeah, released all the way back in 2009, which I've only played for 2/3 of that time. I've played since 2014. I've even got my little copy there of TS 2015. I don't know how well you can see that, but yeah, Train Sim 2015, which had this route, the North East Corridor. I think the one to New Haven, and what was it, Munich to heading south out of Munich. Can't remember where that goes, but yeah, the one which goes south out of Munich. So yeah, that was my original copy of TS 2015. Also had Train Sim 2014 as well, but I think we sold that in the end because there's no point having two copies. And that one had like Southeastern High Speed on it. So yeah, been playing Train Sim for 10 years, and then Train Sim Wild since 2018. The little brake test now. Yeah, all good. Only 4 coaches on this run, so the back of the train should have already passed the marker. There we go, and on to the main line. Hopefully audio levels are all okay. I've put it down to about half, so yeah, hopefully that's alright. There we are, King's Cross via Stevenage. Well, we're already past Stevenage. Can we change that? This then, won't it? No, I don't think so. That's fine. So we're all stations, so we've got Hatfield, Welham Green, Brookman's Park, Potter's Bar, Hadleywood, New Barnet, Oakley Park, New Southgate, Alexandra Palace, Hornsey, Haringey, Finsbury Park, and then finally King's Cross. So we've got quite a way to go. Yeah, this was I think the first ever scenario I did on Train Simulator when I first got it. Which yeah was that's HST. Which yeah would have been Christmas 2014. And I think alongside that I also got Euro Truck Simulator 2 and World of Subways 3. That was a good Christmas. Right, we're now on the approach to Hatfield. I always got Hadfield. I always get mixed up between the one on Glossop and the one on here. Hatfield. Well, Hatfield we're coming up to. On our 365 happy train. Proper happy train, look at the little smile on it. Obviously, when I first got the game, I could not drive it HUDless. That's a bit more recent, that is. In fact, I literally played with the HUD on for basically the first. I never did HUD off until Train Sim Wild. Right, it's not too far up our stop marker. There's the 3. Where's R4? There it is. They're on the East Coast Mainline South. Yeah, this is Hadfield. Oh, almost sounded like the guy just buzzed us, but I think it was like the door release noise. Next up is Welham Green, which I haven't stopped at. I think I've only ever stopped there like once. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Hopefully we don't fly through it. And there we go. Successful stop train ready to proceed to Welham Green. Let's go. Let's watch it leaving. First Capital Connect. Pre-Thames link this is. There he goes. Cool, we are off. So we got a name one as well. Daniel Edwards, Cambridge driver. Cool, and you got the interior there as well, which isn't really that exciting. There's a HST, absolutely powering through. I guess it probably meant to be like an unlicensed National Express East Coast. Maybe just East Coast. Cool. Yeah, this was like a big thing when it came out, the East Coast Mainline South. So I think, yeah, it was... Yeah, I mean, the West Coast Mainline South didn't release until 2019 or so. So this is, you know, this was way ahead. So it came out in 2013, I think this one was. Well, it was only 2 miles, so not too far. So we'll be ready for it. It's only a diddy little station, Welham Green. There's not really much to it. Just the 2 little platforms on the slow lines. So I'm only going to go up to 60 as we don't stop here often. And it's on the corner as well, I think. Yeah, it's not far off. Fingers crossed we don't go through it. That wouldn't be very good. Yeah, here it is here. So it'll come around that corner and then there it is. Well, now coming up to Welham Green. On our lovely stopper service. I think on the scenario time it said about 50 minutes. And we're not actually going, I mean, if we were a fast train from Welwyn Garden City to King's Cross, it would be like, what, 15 minutes? But yeah, as we're calling every single stop, it's a bit slower. Oh, there's the 4 coach stop marker. We're going a little bit past that. I saw that one down there and I was thinking, oh, S coach stop marker, or S car stop marker, but no. There we are, Welham Green. We don't know the station well, this one. And next up is Brookman's Park. Should only just about be in the platform, be in there. Only just. One of those sneaky stop markers. But it's literally just as you come in the platform, it's oh well. Stop markers aren't that important. So the train ready to proceed to Brookman's Park. Cool. There's like a 55 limit through Brookman's Park, but we'll stop in anyway, so we don't need to worry about that. Yeah, the 365s, they used to be DC as well, didn't they? And then they had their sort of overhaul one, and they're now AC only. I'm pretty certain they were DC as well. It's a bit like the 350s. They once upon a time were DC as well. I think one of the subclasses of the 350 was DC, and then they had sort of a whatnot, and then well, they're now AC only. But sadly, the 365s don't exist anymore. Didn't last for long. Well, not as long. Right, coming up to Brookman's Park. Yeah, I would have been playing this, but yeah, over 10 years, almost 10 years ago, on a really bad PC, on low graphics, so everything was all blurry, and then I played Train Sim Classic for basically, well, 4 years, and then Train Sim World come out, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to be going back to that. And then skip 3 years ahead, basically 3 years without playing Train Sim Classic. Then got the PC, and after that, well, been playing it ever since. And start getting all the AP packs and enhancements and mods, and which really are the thing which make Train Sim Classic nowadays. So hopefully at some point we can show them off. Yeah, now modern Train Sim Classic is really Armstrong Powerhouse, Just Trains, ATS, all the third party behemoths. And Armstrong Powerhouse being a good example. It does actually have a few DLCs on the Steam store, but you can also get some externally which sort of improve, like this train. This has got like an enhancement pack which just sort of makes it a lot better, sort of goes in, improves it. Yeah. So that's really how my Train Sim Classic evolved, or Train Simulator evolved. 2014 to 2018, Train Sim World come out, didn't play it for about 2-3 years. And then, got back into it, got all the EPs and third party stuff, and been playing it ever since again. So not too far to Potter's Bar. All the stations are quite close to one another on this run. That's the biggest gap probably will be Potter's Bar to Hadley Wood. Or Finsbury Park to King's Cross, one of those two. All quite close. Not too far. Quite what's the word? Not an iconic station, Potter's Bar, but quite a recognisable station. I don't know, like when you go past it in real life in the game, it's just got that sort of unique look to it. I think it's probably the station canopies which just look a bit different. Don't know. Is it just me, or does sort of Potter's Bar have that sort of unique look to it? Here. And here we are, Potter's Bar. Where are we stopping at this one? There. At the end of the canopy. And goes a fast service. We're down from Cambridge. Yeah, welcome to Potter's Bar. Sort of a slightly more significant station. We arrived near enough on time. What was it, 42? It'll do, it's fine. It's all good. Nice. And next up is Hadley Wood. Say to Hadley Wood. Well, let's make up the time. Full whack. Let's get out of here. Right, back up to 75, which I think it does. I mean, yeah, 75 on the slow lines all the way. Where does it go up? I think past Hitchin it might then go up to 90 or so. But yeah, the slow lines aren't quick. Yeah, I suppose to say the fast line, which there is 115, we're going to go up to 75. I'm sure they could probably raise it nowadays. I mean, I know you had the 313 running on here, which literally is 75 miles an hour. Through here, okay, just about. So we go through two tunnels, and Hadley Wood is sort of sandwiched in between two. So we go through this one, then another one, and Hadley Wood's just directly after that next one. Oh, the dirt on the windscreen there can be at a worse sort of position. No, that works. Yeah, you could do that, I suppose. That's what more like camera's angles for. Get above the dirt. Yeah, it's a bit of sort of green space here. And then we get the other tunnel, and then Hadley Woods, well, just after that. Quite a few tunnels on the. There's quite a few tunnels on this part of the East Coast Main Line. But then if you go sort of north out, well, basically north of north of the tunnel just south of Nebworth, there's like no tunnels for ages on the East Coast Main Line. I'm trying to think what the next tunnel after the one sort of near Nebworth is. Be Edinburgh, would it? That far up? There's not a lot of tunnels on it apart from this section. No, really, we're going right to the. Okay. Yeah, what is the next tunnel? Because you get the sort of double one in Nebworth. Oh, hang on. No. Silly me. There's the ones like Grantham. How on earth could I almost forget them? Yeah, you get the the two tunnels at Grantham. Then after that, and perhaps then after that, there's not another tunnel until. I'm just trying to think of the next tunnel north of Grantham. On the East Coast Main Line. It's quite flat. I mean, the whole way is flat. And then once you get to sort of York, then it sort of gets a bit more hilly after, well, Darlington, I suppose, up to Newcastle. But I don't think there's any tunnels along there. Right, New Barnet next. Let's go. Well, no. Come on, Barlow. What is the next tunnel north of the one north of Grantham? Surely it can't be the one in Edinburgh, or coming into Edinburgh. Must be another one I'm forgetting. And I'm thinking, I can't think of any. Now let's go. Cool. Off to New Barnet, which again is not far. As we get closer and closer to London. I suppose we sort of are in London now, aren't we? New Barnet. Is that the top end of the Northern Line? I think. Near to the top end of the Northern Line. Yeah, all the stations are close on this bit. There it is, this is New Barnet. And Oakley Park, New Southgate, Alexandra Palace, Hornsey, Haringey, Finsbury Park, and then King's Cross. So we're cutting down the stations quite nicely. There it is, 3 to 4 coach stop. That'll do. How are we doing time-wise? A couple of minutes late, but we have been going quite quick. So I don't know, we sort of lost that time. Unless that was between Hatfield and Welham Green, where we were going a little bit slower. Unbelievable. Come on, let's get ourselves out of here. Oakley Park next, which is literally just round the corner. Let's go. Class 365. Very much within the suburbs of London now. Almost like a metro service now. But these trains are brilliant for it. I mean, they've got great acceleration, great braking. I mean, they're networkers, aren't they? Yeah, 365s are networkers. The AC networkers. Oh, they used to be DC as well. Yeah, all sadly gone now. Apart from, I think, is it the East Kent Railway has a couple of the drive-in coaches, and that's it. So not great. Now 365 ploughing its way through. And stop. Now our stops have been pretty nice. Here we are. Now only a minute late into this one, so we made up a minute somehow. Yeah, New Southgate next. First Capital Connect. Must be, I didn't mind First Capital Connect. Went on them quite a few times on the 319s, which are really nice. Well, they're a bit warm in summer, but apart from that, they weren't too bad. The seats were really nice. A bit low down, but nice. And we're off. Onwards to New Southgate. As which again isn't too far. It's weird playing this route, as there is actually an updated version of this route, which isn't on the Steam store. It's on the Alan Thompson Sim website, which is like, well, near enough modern day, with the line up to Cambridge or up to King's Lynn. So it's almost sort of weird coming back to this one and sort of pre-2016 or so. Well, say in 2014. It's all geared up for, well, 365s and different trains. What's that? We got there 70, that's right. But still a pretty decent route though, the East Coast Mainline South, the default East Coast Mainline South. Obviously 80 miles between Peterborough and King's Cross, which is a really nice stretch of track, which hopefully we'll be getting trained some well one day. I mean, well, we do have the East Coast Mainline, but we got the bit above this, Peterborough to Doncaster, sort of being on the fast part of the main line. Right, coming into New Southgate. And then the next state, well, Alexandra Palace, is where we then have the Hertford Loop join up. So you'll see a few more trains. Gets a bit busier. There's a 3-4 coach stop marker down here. It's going to be a really nice stop again, I think. Quite impressed. Passenger comfort at the next level. Look at that. Perfection. Well, this is a New Southgate. And next up, Alexandra Palace. Ali Pally, as its little nickname. Come on, let's get out of here. 2 minutes late again. What's going on? I mean, the timings probably are actually auto-generated, so it's literally AI. Like if you're going at top speed the full way and like e-braking into the station, well, not e-braking, but just going rather quick. Let's go. So speed's coming down to 60. This was also the route I played, when was it? It was 2022? Crazy, oh, yeah, October 2022. Dovetail, well, Jamie actually, he was up at, and Kat and Joe, Railfan TV, no, oh, that's loud. I was waiting for that to go first. But yeah, they were doing an event at King's Cross when it was the Flying Scotsman Centenary event. So it's quite cool going up there and playing this route at King's Cross. Hopefully, maybe we can see more of that from Dovetail. You know, when like a new route releases for Drainston Well, go to the station where it's, you know, somewhere on the route, one of the major stations on the route, set up a little gaming PC and get people playing the new route. That'd be cool. Here that is Alexandra Palace. Bounds Green Depot there. Coming in a little bit quick. Almost like the brakes had given out for a second. They were like, no, not working. Must be a bit of a downhill gradient. Right, where are we stopping? There. Yeah, thanks to Dovetail for inviting us though to come along and be part of the 15th anniversary of Train Sim Classic. Still a thriving game. Wow. Third party thriving. I mean, in a lot of ways, it still is better than Train Sim World. I mean, a lot of people just sort of look at it graphically that, oh no, Train Sim World, you know, whacks it out the park. But Train Sim Classic can look good on certain routes, and it can look really good. Not better than Train Sim World, but close. I suppose the thing with Train Sim Classic is there's much more variety, and a lot more functionality as well. I mean, quite recently we had the Flirt. This is external third party. We had the Class 745 by Alan Thompson Sim, and literally you can press like every single button in the train, and it's like study level basically. So in terms of, I suppose, sort of functionality, there's a lot more on Train Sim Classic, and even on Steam Store, things like the Class 460. That's got a whole load of functionality which you don't get in Train Sim World. And of course there's Steam as well, which is much better in Train Sim Classic. Right, coming up to Hornsey. Get the Hornsey depot on the left. Here we are. So I suppose, this would be like 717s now. Class 717s running this. And probably more likely down to Moorgate. I didn't see a full. I only saw a 3 coach. We'll go up to the 6. Well, this is Hornsey. And Haringey up next. And we sit and wait. People on the train, get off the train. What they're doing? There's some sort of drill going on, testing. Oh, it's already in forward. I didn't set it to neutral. Oh well. Let's go. I'm just gonna save it. I mean, it shouldn't crash, but just in case. Since the recent core update, it's pretty smooth. And then the one before that also been quite smooth. Just keep. On we go. Almost at journey's end though. Been a nice journey, as always on this route. Here we are, welcome to Haringey. Right to the end? Yeah, right to the end. Unless there was a coach stop marker hidden away, something that's an S coach stop. Get in there, get in there, get in there, come on! And bit of step 1. Lovely. Right, you do that, you go into that, and do that. Haringey. Then onward to Finsbury Park. But if you have made it this far in the video premiere, feel free to leave a thumbs up. I'm sure as part of the Dovetail event, there'll be other people on after this. So yeah, do stick around. Proceed to Finsbury Park. I mean, that looks pretty good there in that lighting, the gantries, the tracks, everything sort of looks good. Obviously, yeah, not as good as Train Sim White. Well, don't know. In some way, I'd say the OHLE probably looks better. I don't know, but there are certain things we do look there on here. Finsbury Park is just here, sort of the next major station. Big interchange one with the Piccadilly line. Don't think the Victoria stops in it. Piccadilly line for sure. Then the line down to Welwyn Garden City. No, down to Moorgate. And well, just general Thameslink stuff. I mean, when this is set, you wouldn't have Thameslink going through to say like Brighton and Horsham, but nowadays you do. It's actually here fairly recently, actually. Well, almost 2 weeks as of recording this. As I've been on holiday, almost done now. So yeah, went up to, what did I do? Yeah, went round to Moorgate, did it up to Finsbury Park, then went one stop back to King's Cross, and then did St Pancras up to Bedford, and back on the EMR Luton Airport Express. Then you've got the Emirates Stadium over there, so if you're an Arsenal fan, you can cheer on, but if you're, I suppose, any other fan, you can be like, boom, pull funny faces and make certain expressions. Right, King's Cross. We're losing points, look, 246, is that it? Oh well. Because we're too good, we're losing points. The game can't handle it. Right, let's go. Into King's Cross, which isn't that far. Most of it's in a tunnel. Yeah, so you've got the line down to Moorgate, which goes off there on the left. And I think there's also, that's also the link which can take you towards the... Is it the one which can... Yeah, I think the LNER is like a freight line, but it can go down into Liverpool Street. Am I right in thinking that? It's like a little link there. I think they were testing it a few months back, where like an Azuma went down into Liverpool Street, sort of, you know, if there was engineering work, say at King's Cross or major disruption, they could sort of route round into Liverpool Street. So we got 2 tunnels. I can't remember what this one's called, but I know one's called the Gasworks Tunnel, but I think that's the next one. Oh, the game's getting a bit unhappy. Uh-oh. Don't say it's crashed. Well, that's not good. It's frozen for a little while now. There, I'm just going to save it just in case. That's probably it loading in King's Cross. And St Pancras and all of those places. Hopefully. Quite cool this, the way sort of come over and like an extra high tunnel. A little gap, a little bit of light where you've got high speed 1. There's another 365. You've got the little gap here, you've got high speed 1 up there. And I'm down to 15 at the end of the tunnel. But at the moment we've got a red, so. And yeah, then we poke out into King's Cross. Quite a cool sort of entry into it. Probably on one of the side platforms as well. Yeah, that was a journey from, yeah, Welwyn Garden City, which pretty much was the first ever place I drove from in Train Sim Classic down to King's Cross on, I think, yeah, the first ever scenario I did. Just in time. I was also here quite recently as well. Took the Azuma up to Edinburgh, spent a day there, and then, well, came back. It's a really nice station. Again, this is one I really hope we do see in Train Sim World at some point. I know I always mentioned Train Sim World, but that's sort of the next gen of Train Sim. The noisy HSTs, which sadly you don't see here anymore. And basically all the trains you see in this scenario don't exist anymore, or at least don't run here anymore. I mean, 365s are gone, HSTs do still run, but not here anymore. A different time, a bygone era. Although you do still see 180s, which is the DLC on here. I'm going to stop right to the buffer as you've got the fence there. That will do. Let's do the DRA. Up there. Set that to neutral. Left side door release. Pop you down. You goes off. And I want the tail lights on. Tail lights. There. You go on like that. Cool. Well, that was King's Cross. Well, no, Welwyn Garden City to King's Cross. Hopefully everybody, you're not opened. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed it, and obviously thanks again to Dovetail for allowing us to come on and show off ETML South. Sort of my little story of Train Simulator. That was a successful drive. Nice. Apart from that, thanks all for coming in. Do stick around. I'm sure there'll be another ambassador or Jamie on after this. And if you're watching on my channel, thanks all for coming in. Apart from that, thanks all for coming in, and hopefully see you next time. See you all. Take care. Bye, guys.